121 empty oil tankers, including 68 very large crude carriers, each capable of holding 2 million barrels, are en route to the United States Gulf Coast in Texas and Louisiana to load crude oil and fuel. This follows President Trump's imposition of a blockade at the Straits of Hormuz amid disruptions attributed to Iran. Countries are responding by sending tankers to load U.S. energy supplies and alternatives to dispute Middle Eastern supplies. Double tap, hit the like button. People are calling it 4D chess. People are saying Trump is the greatest negotiator ever. I'm saying MAGA already knew the climate. MAGA already knew the climate. We knew this was coming because when people kept saying Trump doesn't know what he's doing, I said, we went to Venezuela first for a reason. I said, do you see what's happening in Cuba? I said, we had the negotiations about Greenland for a reason, right? When they said Trump didn't know what he was doing, they would not be honest, right? If Trump didn't know what he was doing, why did we go to Venezuela first? See, what's happening now would not be happening if Trump didn't know what he was doing. If he didn't have the leverage of actually having power and control
to load up.
of the
That from the
crude
president
oil
of the
in
United
Venezuela,
States. A lot to follow today.
if he didn't have the power and the leverage and the control of the crude oil in Venezuela, we would not even be here. But because we crippled Cuba, and when we first took Venezuela, what did people like me tell you? Who is hurt most today? It's not Iran. That's not the goal. China and Russia. Who gets oil from Venezuela? China. Who gets oil from the Middle East? Every fucking body, including our so-called NATO allies, who now need to kiss ass, who have not been assisting. But we don't give a fuck anymore. So check it out. Trump has known what he was doing. Marco Rubio and MAGA, we have known about the 4D chess. You today are surprised that America has shut down. I said if Iran is a gas station, I said weeks ago, if Iran is a gas station and the gas station ceases to sell gas, what is it? What is it? It's the same thing that happened to Cuba. Double tap at the like button.
Hormuz. In effect, for nearly 2 hours now, a ship tracking firm reports 121 empty oil tankers are making their way to the United States of America. 68 of those 121 vessels are very large crude carriers capable of carrying 2 million barrels apiece. President Trump has urged countries squeezed by Iran's disruption of the Strait of Hormuz to turn to American energy supplies instead. Well, it would appear perhaps they are obliging him. They are listening to Trump. The president told Fox, quote, China can send their ships to the U.S., China can send their ships to Venezuela, while also saying that...
Did you guys hear that? Trump was right. Trump was right. I was right. I was right. Did y'all hear that? Trump was right, and they're listening. When we talked about Cuba, what happened in Cuba? What happened in Cuba? Well, Venezuela got shut down. We took Maduro and his wife from Venezuela. We're prosecuting them now. What was not discussed? We talked about the cocaine. We talked about the oil tankers. Now, you know what I love? The other day, Trump was talking about Venezuela, and he talked about Maria. And I was so proud because I've talked a lot about Trump, and I've talked a lot about Maria, who won the Nobel Peace Prize, and her wanting to give her Nobel Peace Prize to Trump, and then her saying to all of the naysayers, hey, Trump did not invade Cuba. Now, remember, she said that before she was given the Nobel Peace Prize. It's so many of you with the Trump hate that don't know this, right? She said that before. Maria, who won Nobel Peace Prize, she said Trump can't invade and take over Venezuela because it's already been taken over, right? It's already been taken over by Hezbollah, Hamas, years ago, right? Do y'all remember when she said that? And she gave Trump her Nobel Peace Prize because he liberated Venezuela. But people say we don't know what we're doing. And now we have 121 ships coming. We have 121 ships coming. Huh? Now we have 100.
I presented the President of the United States the medal of the Nobel Peace Prize. And I told him this, listen to this. 200 years ago, General Lafayette gave Simón Bolívar a medal with George Washington's face on it. Bolívar since then kept that medal for the rest of his life. Actually, when you see his portraits, you can see the medal there. And it was given by General Lafayette as a sign of the brotherhood between the United States, people of the United States and the people of Venezuela in their fight for freedom against tyranny. And 200 years in history, the people of Bolivar are giving back to the heir of Washington a medal, in this case, a medal of the Nobel Peace Prize, as a recognition for his unique commitment with our freedom.
How many of you knew this? How many of you knew this? How many of people know who this is? How many of people know about the great success that is Venezuela? I mean, just be honest. This is Maria. Even before she won the Nobel Peace Prize, she said she gave Trump her Nobel Peace Prize as a symbol of brotherhood of the United States and America and Venezuela. No one talks about what the relationship is like post Maduro in Venezuela. How are we able to do what we're doing in Iran? How are we able to shut down the global flow of oil? You would think Venezuela is upset. Venezuela sees us as brothers in their fight against tyranny. We want Iran because there are many great Iranian Americans. There are Iranian Christians. I know you guys didn't know that. There are Iranian Jews. Did you guys know that? There are Kurdish Iranians. There are not just the Shia Muslim who is behind the morality police and the IRGC and the tyranny. The tyranny. Remember, tyranny in Venezuela, tyranny in Iran, where they murder women for not wearing their hijab properly. They just hung a young man in the square in Iran. Tyranny in Iran. She was given the Nobel Peace Prize and she gave it to Donald Trump.
To Venezuela that Homeland Security says was illegally defying sanctions. All that as President Trump is closely monitoring tensions in Iran, noting the Iranian regime backed off planned executions of protesters after the president warned the U.S. could take action. U.S.-based human rights activists say more than 2,600 people have died in the crackdown on anti-government protesters, and the White House says all options remain on the table.
This is no surprise to those of us who pay attention. What we're doing in Iran is no surprise for those of us who pay attention. After we got Venezuela, we went to the Green Dome because that was also a precursor to us going to Iran. Why did we want Greenland and the Golden Dome? Because we wanted to protect our allies. But they didn't want to act like fucking allies. You give us Greenland, we built this Golden Dome, and when we go to Iran, not only have we secured Venezuela, but we've secured protection. Not only have we secured Venezuela, but we've secured protection. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. Donald Trump just stunned the world. Suddenly, oil and gas tankers want to rush to U.S. to fill up on energy. Look at the Gulf of America, not the Gulf of, what was it? Didn't we change the name? Shout out to Pete Hegeseth in the Department of War. Look at the map, everybody. Suddenly, oil and gas tankers want to rush to the U.S. to fill up on energy. Look at the Gulf of America. It's almost like 47 had a plan the entire time. Boats are sailing up, heading to our country. Big, beautiful tankers. We're loading them up with oil and gas and everything else. It's pretty beautiful thing to see. Look at the map. Look at all of these now oil tankers being forced to come to America. If you want to buy keys, if you want to stack G's, you got to buy oil from us. If you want to ball keys, if you want to stack G's, you got to buy oil from us. Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, double tap, hit the like button. America has said to the globe, like, is this the king of New York? Is this the king of fucking New York? Are you the baddest man in Nebraska? Somebody come look at this. Somebody come look at this. Hit the like button. Is this the king of New York? The king of New York just said, you know what, Europe? You got fat while I was gone. Double tap, hit the like button. He said, you just got fat while I was gone. Now you're going to have to pay up. I want my share. Every dime bag sold in Central Park. Every fucking penny. Double tap, hit the like button. You got to buy from us. Hashtag 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 you got to. Now, I'm doing a lot of celebrating because there's a lot to unpack. I started off by challenging the narrative that America has not won this war. We have handedly won this war. How do I measure us winning the war? By actual numbers. Somebody in the chat said, what are my metrics? Bring your receipts. 9,000 targets. Complete Army, Navy, Air Force destroyed. We now control the Straits of Hormuz. So my way is asking, how long will it take Iran to rebuild what we've destroyed? 10 to 15 years. And then you know what the AI said? But you can't rebuild Ayatollah Khomeini. You can't rebuild the IRGC leadership that's been unalived. You can't go back over those protests in Tehran. You can't bring back the murdered young man, the wrestler who was hung. You can't bring him back. Marsha Armeni, you can't bring her back. She was beat to death in the police van by the IRGC morality police. You can't bring her back. So how do you, Iran, go back? If you're judging who's winning, if you're asking for receipts, how do they rebuild how long does it take them? How much money will it take them? You know what, Iran won't have the money. See, how many people understand the JPOC, the nuclear deal that Obama and Biden made that Trump got us out of? See, Obama and Biden is what allowed the Iranians to enrich uranium and make money. See, Trump had sanctioned the Straits of Hormuz, and they weren't able to make money. During the Trump presidency, he took us out of the JPOCOA and he put heavy sanctions. Iran was not able to make money, essentially closing the Straits while he was president. Biden and Obama opened the Straits, gave them permission to enrich, and they made billions, hundreds of billions of dollars, and then supply with the money. What they do with the money? They unrelease $6 billion in sanctions, and then they sent all that money and bought hundreds of thousands of missiles, gave funding to Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis. Trump takes us out of that agreement. So when with the Straits of Hormuz closed, it's just like when Trump put the heavy sanctions. Iran won't have the money to rebuild their proxy armies. Iran, without the Straits, Iran won't have the money to rebuild their proxy armies to supply Hezbollah to the tune of $700 million a year. They were able to do that under the Democrats because the Democrats allowed them to make all these billions, but you don't really truly understand geopolitics. You don't truly really understand the deal that Obama made. I hear so many Democrats talking about this deal like it was great. I asked them, what's the name of it? What were the tenements of the deal? Why did Trump take us out? Why, when Obama made this deal, they were enriching 0% of uranium. After this deal, they started enriching 60% of uranium. Biden failed to get a new deal with the party favorite, and then Biden was so old, Biden was so sleepy. Biden fell in Vienna in 2021 because he waited for Iran to elect a hardliner. When that hardliner was elected, he celebrated Biden leaving Afghanistan. This geopolitics behind this is so complex. You know what I haven't mentioned one time? I haven't mentioned Israel. This is why the people with the Israel boogeyman, you are becoming lazy. The people who keep calling Israel the boogeyman are intellectually inferior and lazy in this debate. You are lacking the understanding of the Biden-Obama nuclear deal, how it led to the proxy violence. You are lacking the understanding of Biden leaving Afghanistan, the power vacuum it created, and how that led to an uptick of proxy violence, and how Israel bore the brunt of that uptick of proxy violence. If Israel was this great boogeyman, why wasn't it able to defend itself from Iran and its proxies once Biden and the Dems left the Middle East? When Biden was president, all hell broke loose. Not just this fake nuclear deal, him leaving Afghanistan, and his vice president stoking a war with Putin by saying to Putin, the Ukraine has a right and a desire to be part of NATO. I still have not mentioned the fucking Israeli boogeyman because it has nothing to do with motherfucking Iran. Us going to Venezuela has nothing to do with Bibi Netanyahu and your false theory of an Israeli boogeyman. Nothing. Greenland has nothing to do with the failing Iron Dome. The Iranians got past the Iron Dome. If Israel was this magician, why aren't we building them a new Iron Dome? Why is everybody buying oil from America? Everybody with the Israel Jewish boogeyman, the Jews are going to come out on top. Bibi Netanyahu and all this bullshit. Why is everybody buying oil from America? Please tell me how it benefits the fucking Israel. Please, how does this help your argument that the Jews are evil? I'm waiting. How does this help your argument? It's a lack of understanding. It's becoming lazy. It's becoming racist. And it's becoming lazy. See, I know it's racist and I know it's lazy because you don't know who Maria Mercado is. You don't know who won the Nobel Peace Prize. You don't know why she won the Nobel Peace Prize. That's a big fucking deal. This is not small. You don't know who Maria is. You don't know why she won the Nobel Peace Prize. In a hell of an argument. Let's watch the video. This is Donald Trump. This is Donald Trump on the Straits of Hormuz being closed and everybody in the world being forced by the King of New York to buy dope from us. You got to buy dope from us.
Boats are sailing up and heading out to our country. Big, beautiful tankers, and we're loading them up with oil and gas and everything else. And it's a pretty beautiful thing to see. The boats are sailing up and heading out to our country. Big, beautiful tankers, and we're loading them up with oil and gas and everything else. And it's a pretty beautiful thing to see.
People are numbers. Here's Trump, Troop Social, my favorite president. MAGA is alive. Hashtag MAGA is alive. Massive numbers of completely empty oil tankers. Some of the largest, double tap hit the like button, some of the largest anywhere in the world are headed right now to the United States to load up with the best and sweetest oil. That sweet, sweet black gold, that oil, that crude, that bubbling up from the ground, Texas crude, that black gold. Double tap, hit the like button. Anywhere in the world, we have more oil than the next two largest oil economies combined. And the higher quality, we are waiting for you. Quick turnaround, President Donald Trump. If you want to ball keys, if you want to stack G's, you got to buy oil from us. I said, if you want to ball keys, if you want to stack G's, you got to buy oil from us. You got to buy oil from us. Everybody in the chat, you got to buy oil from us. This is the president. Is he the president or is he the king of New York? Is he the president or is he the king of New York? Is he the president or is he the king of New York? Oil tankers are coming around the globe to buy oil from America. Oil tankers are coming around the globe to buy oil from America. Is he the president or is he the king of New York? You have to buy oil from America. 80 to 90% of the oil in the globe in Venezuela. Where was the rest of the oil? In Iran. We just shut down the Straits of Hormuz. Everybody is in a rush to come to America. It's coming to America like Eddie Murphy. Double tap, hit the like button.
You know, we're watching that U.S. blockade of the Strait of Hormuz in effect for nearly 2 hours now. A ship tracking firm reports 121 empty oil tankers are making their way to the United States of America. 68 of those 121 vessels are very large crude carriers capable of carrying 2 million barrels apiece. President Trump has urged countries squeezed by Iran's disruption of the Strait of Hormuz to turn to American energy supplies instead. Well, it would appear perhaps they are obliging him. They are listening to Trump. The president told Fox, quote, China can send their ships to the U.S., China can send their ships to Venezuela, while also saying that empty oil-carrying ships from many nations are all headed to the U.S.
So tell me how Israel wins. Can anybody tell me how Israel wins? All the people that said Bibi Netanyahu is the Palpatine, please tell me how Bibi Netanyahu planned this part. Can you tell me that? Can you tell me how Israel, Jeffrey Epstein, and Bill Clinton in a hot tub? Bill Clinton in a hot tub with bitches. Bill Clinton in a hot tub with bitches in New Mexico. I didn't even know about the New Mexico ranch. Everybody had been focused on the island. Please tell me how Bill Clinton in a hot tub with bitches in New Mexico with Epstein has anything to do with this. I'm waiting. Please tell me how the Israel and Jewish boogeyman has any, can somebody help me out? Because you love to say it in the chat. We have Bill Clinton in a hot tub with bitches in New Mexico. That wasn't even on the island, in the Virgin Islands. And Jeffrey Epstein on 2 islands. Bill Clinton got pussy on both of them. Bill Clinton got pussy on both islands and New Mexico. Hot diggity dog. Bill Clinton is a bad man. He got pussy in New Mexico and on both islands. I still don't know what the fuck that got to do with all of these countries now forced to buy oil from America. I just want to know, how does Epstein win? How does Israel win? How does Bibi Netanyahu win? And how does Israel get more power? How does Israel get more power from all of the many American companies? Not just one company that may benefit Jewish people, but there are many American companies. They can go to Venezuela and fuel up. They can go to Texas and fuel up. So tell me how the Jewish boogeyman who is behind this entire war, how is the Jewish boogeyman who is behind this entire war, benefiting from what took place today in the Straits of Hormuz being closed? I still have not gotten an answer. I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous of Clinton in the hot tub with the bitches. That's a good one. That's a good one. Did you see Bill Clinton laughing? Did you see Bill Clinton laugh? Hold on. Bill, you don't do it to him. Bill Clinton test Hormuz. Donald Trump, King of New York, you got to buy oil from us. Taking remarks at the White House. Let's go, Trump. Let's go, America. Double hit the like button. Everybody watch it right now.
We'll get it back. Either we'll get it back from them or we'll take it.
Mr. President, as far as the naval blockade is concerned, what's the end game? Is it to force Iran back to the negotiating table? Is it to open up the Straits so that gas prices ultimately come down?
Maybe everything. I mean, both of those things, certainly, and more. We can't let a country blackmail or extort the world, because that's what they're doing. They're really blackmailing the world. We're not going to let that happen. And, the amazing thing is we don't, can you believe this? We don't use the Strait. We don't need the Strait. We have our own oil and gas, much more than we need. We have more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia. Think of this. We produce more. Saudi Arabia, and add Russia to it, substantially more. And by next year, we'll have double that amount. So we don't need it, but the world needs it. And many ships are heading to our country right now as we speak to load up with the best. Really, I guess you could say, somebody said the best and sweetest. I don't know exactly what sweet is, but when it relates to oil, it's a good thing.
The United States Navy, the finest in the world, will begin the process of blockading any and all ships trying to enter or leave the Strait of Hormuz. I've also instructed our Navy to seek and interdict every vessel in international waters that has paid a toll to Iran. No one who pays an illegal toll will have safe passage. Any Iranian who fires at us or at peaceful vessels will be blown to hell.
A lot of ships, so we're bringing them up. We think that numerous countries are going to be helping us with this also, but we're putting on a complete blockade. We're not going to let Iran make money on selling oil to people that they like and not people that they don't like, or whatever it is. It's going to be all or none, and that's the way it is.
Iran's Revolutionary Guard posted this video of a commander ordering a US warship to leave the area.
If you don't obey my order, you will be targeted.
This is Coalition Warship 121, engaged in transit passage in accordance with international law.
The Guard says any violation of the current ceasefire will be met with what it calls a severe response.
Well, with ceasefire talks on life support between the US and Iran, it doesn't bode well for talks due to be held in Washington next week between Israel and Lebanon. Harry Fawcett joins us now from Jerusalem. Harry, over to you.
Well, Matt, certainly no ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. More than 20